Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
Some breaking news here tonight. Attorneys for Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of murdering 4 U of I students in their off-campus home, are pushing to have cameras removed from the courtroom for the remainder of the proceedings. In a court filing on Friday, Kohberger's team argues that camera operators have failed to obey an earlier instruction by Judge John Judge to avoid exclusively focusing on Kohberger. They cited multiple close-up shots that have been taken within the courtroom, including when Kohberger enters the room. They say this necessitates a, quote, expulsion of cameras from future proceedings because it's, quote, jeopardizing his ability to undergo fair judicial proceedings. Also breaking this evening, those living just south of Colville should be prepared to leave their homes at a moment's notice. A 2-acre brush fire is being managed by the Stevens County Fire District, but they ask that you still avoid the area. On your screen now is a close-up of the area. Highway 395 is fully blocked about 3 miles south of Colville. Again, both Stevens County Sheriff's Office and Fire District are asking just avoid that area until the fire is contained. And some more breaking news here tonight. A body was found in downtown Spokane just after 1 a.m. this morning near Wall Street and West Railroad Avenue. The Spokane Police Department says their major crimes unit is now conducting a death investigation. The identity of that man, along with the cause of his death, will be released at a later time. But anyone with any information about what happened is asked to call Crime Check. You can use the number there on your screen. The Gray Fire that's torched over 10,000 acres near Medical Lake is 85% contained today. For more than a week, this wildfire has torn through the inland Northwest, torching nearly 200 structures in its path. This is a look at the work those firefighters have been doing to try to contain that fire and work the fire lines. Inside those fire lines, crews are actively patrolling and working to extinguish hot spots. One way they've been able to make progress is by using infrared drones to find smoldering material. And thanks to that technology and their tireless hard work, most people have been able to return to their homes. And while many homeowners are returning to their burned houses, others in the Medical Lake community are feeling relieved that they actually have a home to come back to. One family is grateful that the life that they built is still standing strong. And tonight they want to extend a thank you to firefighters for their hard work. Our Peter Troy met with one Medical Lake homeowner who shares how his house miraculously still stands after this tragedy.
Imagine you only have 10 minutes to evacuate your home and get your most important belongings while seeing flames scorching your backyard. And this is what homeowner John Parker faced in the Gray Fire. And thankfully, his house is still safe and sound. And tonight, he tells me he can't thank firefighters enough for saving years of his memories.
It's just an emotional roller coaster because you have hope and then you see the flames coming and you don't have a lot of hope.
A scary moment that no one anticipated to face.
And it actually burned under our propane tank.
Burning too close for comfort.
Once we evacuated out, we ended up driving over to White Road and we watched the flames creep down the hill.
That fire was threatening the property where John Parker and his family lived for years. His mind was flooded with anxiety and panic. His only thought was trying to save irreplaceable items.
We called my folks and asked them what they wanted out of the house and said we had about 10 minutes. And so we pretty much ran throughout the house and grabbed family pictures, anything that couldn't be replaced.
While seeing flames out of the windows, burning everything they touch. Parker says at the moment he thought he lost his home in the fire.
The next morning when the neighbor said he thought that he saw the house standing through the smoke. And then when we drove up the driveway and saw all of the retardant, I mean, the whole place was pink like the Barbie movie.
Thanks to aircraft making those drops, he says he was able to return to his home again.
Tanker pilot, whoever that guy is, I'd like to buy him a beer.
Parker says he sent thoughts and prayers for those who lost their homes in the fire, extending his thanks to firefighters who are still working to contain the flames.
You really can't thank them enough. And in talking to, I mean, they're just ordinary people doing their jobs and, in my opinion, doing it well.
In Medical Lake, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Well, we're all certainly grateful for the hard work those fire crews have put in. Thanks, Peter. And moving less than 50 miles northeast, the flames of the Oregon Road fire have been less cooperative with fire crews' efforts. Here's what we know so far. Since it broke out last week, a crew of 800 personnel have been managed to contain the fire 41%. Almost 11,000 acres have been lost to this fire. This includes homes, businesses, and personal belongings that can never be replaced. Level 1 and Level 2 evacuations are still in place. On your screen now is the latest evacuation map for those living near Elk. There are no longer Level 3 evacuations, but those living in those yellow regions are encouraged to be set to leave, and green regions are Level 1, so residents should get ready. Aerial support has been crucial to fighting this fire. Crews are using drone flights to determine hot spots within the fire lines, and aircrafts help douse the flames with fire repellent and water drops. And a break from those hot and hazy summer days may be in store for us this week. We'll send things over to meteorologist Matt Gray with more information about the thunderstorms, though, that might be headed our way.
Well, when we see big changes in temperatures, we usually see some dramatic weather come along for the ride. And that's exactly what we're going to see over the next couple of days. This time of year, the big H stands for hot weather, and high pressure set across the western half of the United States and into Canada. And that's why we are seeing our temperatures really climb in a almost vertical direction over the past few days. We were in the 90s today. I'm expecting more 90s tomorrow. But as this storm right off the coast begins to push its way inland, that's when things are going to change quite dramatically. And in that transition phase, yeah, we're going to have a chance for some thunderstorms and quite a bit of rain as well across the region. You just saw that animation here as this system moves in Tuesday through Wednesday. That's where we're going to have a good chance to pick up a little bit of rain and probably hear some thunder around the region as well on Tuesday as that initially pushes in. So really strong chance for rain on Tuesday. Pretty decent shot for Wednesday as well. And so for those days, definitely want to have that rain jacket at the ready. Similar to last Tuesday, you may not get as much as you saw last Tuesday at your house, but you could get pretty close. And if you're lucky, you might even get over that. So definitely worth having that raincoat as we get into that Tuesday time frame. So this is some big ups and downs that we're watching in the week ahead. Coming up, I'm going to help you plan around some of those thunderstorms, and we have to talk about how hot we expect it to get tomorrow afternoon.
All right, Matt, thanks so much for that. If your commute to work uses the Maple Street Bridge, you may have to leave a little earlier for the next few weeks. The city of Spokane is beginning a 10-week project in an effort to strengthen the bridge's capacity, but that might throw a wrench in your commute plan. So here's a quick look at the traffic detours you can expect. The vehicle route marked in light blue, that's northbound. Those lanes are going to be fully closed overnight from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then southbound traffic will be reduced to 1 lane. This initial phase detour is expected to last until September 9th. So drivers are encouraged to follow the city of Spokane on social media for updates on this project. And still much more news to come here after the break. It's time for this week's Air for Adventure. You're going to want to stick around for a bird's eye view of Cougar Bay.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Horizon Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Extreme Team.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years, no interest. The Labor Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
Our beautiful courses welcome you. Downriver, Esmeralda, Indian Canyon, and Quelchan. Each City of Spokane golf course offers something for everyone. Whether you're a pro or just getting started, it's your time to enjoy the game, relax, recharge, and have fun. There are no bad golf days. Book your tee time online at SpokaneGolf.org.
On Thursday
Thursday, September 14th, mixed martial arts action returns when Coeur d'Alene Casino presents King of the Cage. Don't miss the high adrenaline, high octane action live cage side when heart, strength, and honor will be thrown on the line with the return of Tyler Cy John, Cameron Robinette, Jordan Curry, Israel Gonzalez, Theo Dukas, Sebastian Prangley, and much more. For tickets, visit ticketswest.com or call 800-523-2464.
Summer's End is a great time for planting when plants can put down roots in cool, moist soil. And right now is the annual pre-fall sale at Ritter's Garden and Gift. Acres of trees, shrubs, vines, and perennials, all 25% off. Outdoor pottery and fountains are 40% off. Buy 2 bags of compost, get 1 free. You'll find tempting gift ideas and houseplants too. It's the pre-fall sale at Ritter's Garden and Gift on North Division by Whitworth.
It's the Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Take $100 off every 1,000 you spend. Save up to $300 on our Denver Mattress brand lineup, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. The Labor Day sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
4 News Now is brought to you by P1FCU.
Welcome back. The first day of school is right around the corner for many across the Inland Northwest, and the weather's going to be perfect to enjoy the great outdoors. In this week's Air 4 Adventure, we're giving you a bird's eye view of one area in Coeur d'Alene that promises gorgeous views and fun for the whole family. Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone over Cougar Bay.
We're in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. John C. Pointner Memorial Wildlife Sanctuary out at Cougar Bay. We recently acquired 88.5 acres from the Nature Conservancy so that we can now have this entire area blocked in as public lands. You know, public access is very limited, and so us being able to provide that is a great opportunity for us to be able to do that. It's got wetlands, meadows, you can see the timbered hillsides, bird watching, picnicking. It's just a real natural environment. Foot trails out here. We've got about 2.2 miles of hiking trails.
It's a great place for day use, non-motorized trail opportunities and leisure experiences. Family-friendly trail, so very beginner. There are some steep inclines, but it's moderate. It's a great place. It's a great place to, you know, just close to town to get out and yeah, experiencing some of your BLM public lands. I really enjoy the viewing platform and just the perspective from up there, getting a look at Cougar Bay, the mouth of the Spokane River, and a little bit of the downtown city limits. Good place to, you know, take your family and you know, enjoy a little bit of Coeur d'Alene.
And if you want to take a dip in the lake as opposed to just look at it, tomorrow is probably the best day to do that because it is going to be toasty hot again for Monday. Tuesday, we start to get stormy, and then, much like we saw for the middle of this past week, a huge drop in temperatures. We're going from the mid-90s to the upper 60s. It is going to feel like fall once again in the Inland Northwest. With that transition comes thunderstorms. I'm monitoring the possibility that we could see some strong thunderstorms on Tuesday afternoon that would produce some strong gusty winds that would certainly cause a bit of a problem. However, the threat is going to be limited because I'm expecting a lot of cloud cover and our temperatures to be limited in the afternoon as a result. Right now, highs only in the upper 70s and low 80s for Tuesday. Now, if we do see some changes there, we may have to start talking about this with a little bit more urgency as we head into tonight and into tomorrow. Make sure you're ready for what will be a very active weather day regardless. You'll definitely be want to have that radar handy on your 4 News Now weather app. But something to keep in mind, some of these storms could be a little bit squirrely, especially around the Palouse and as you head further south into north central Idaho and southeastern Washington. Anyway, let's track forward here. This is Monday evening. It should be a fairly nice day tomorrow. Maybe 1 or 2 isolated storms try to get themselves going in the Blue Mountains, but that's about it. But everything starts to change as we head into Monday night and into Tuesday morning. We'll have some light rain, not a whole lot going on or not a whole lot reaching the ground from the moisture initially as we begin to moisten up our atmosphere around Moses Lake and into the Omak area, areas just hugging east of the Cascades. By the time we get into the afternoon, we're going to start to see things get a little more vigorous as those showers and those storms begin to develop here. But once again, could be some areas where they're quite limited because of that cloud cover and cooler temperatures. Overall, rain is going to become a lot more active as we head into the late afternoon and into the evening. And so particularly if you have evening plans on Tuesday, you definitely want to have that raincoat nearby. Now, a big drop in temperatures comes along with this wet weather. 80 for a high on Tuesday, down into the upper 60s on Wednesday. So it is going to feel dramatically different and maybe even getting into the sweater range. So enjoy the heat while we have it now. If you're one of the folks who likes these 90-degree temperatures in the afternoon and get to bask in the sun, because it could be a long time before they come back. No 90s in the long-term forecast that we can see thus far. And so our temperatures fall to the 60s tonight, and we'll stay in the 60s for around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We'll be in the 50s elsewhere. A couple of triple-digit heat numbers in Lewiston and in Omak. Definitely want the extra water bottle tomorrow, extra sunscreen as well. And then here's that big change. By the 1st of September, we're in the upper 70s, which is pretty normal for the first day of the month. Fall is just around the corner, Jordan.
Well, I can hardly wait, Matt. I'm excited for those 70s. Well, earlier this morning in Australia, some difficult news. 3 U.S. Marines were killed and several others are hurt after an aircraft crashed during a military exercise. 5 others were taken to the hospital in serious condition, one of which is having surgery. The cause of Sunday's incident is being investigated, but this is not the first time something like this has happened. Back in June of 2022, a crash involving the same type of aircraft crashed and killed 5 Marines during a training mission near Glamis, California.
People in this community, they're hurting, and they have every right to. You know, this makes no sense. I am very, very angry right now.
The FBI is now investigating the shooting in Jacksonville yesterday as a federal hate crime. 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmeter has been identified as the gunman who shot and killed 3 people inside of a Dollar General store yesterday afternoon. All of his victims were black. Police say Palmeter entered the store armed with an AR-15 style rifle and a handgun with a white swastika painted on the side. He opened fire, killing 2 men and 1 woman before then turning the gun on himself. This morning, ABC News reported that the alleged gunman also may have planned to target a nearby historically black university.
3, 2, 1, engine full power, and liftoff.
NASA's SpaceX crew successfully docked with the International Space Station this morning. Astronauts from 4 different countries are now a part of the mission, which is called Crew 7. They'll spend about 5 days taking over operations from the SpaceX Crew 6, and Crew 6 has been on the space station since March. This mission marks the 8th flight operated by NASA and SpaceX. Well, coming up, there's not a hotter team in baseball than your Seattle Mariners. And today they had a chance to do something they haven't done all year. Take sole possession of first place in the AL West. Coming up here in sports, our Alex Crescenti has the highlights from their series finale against the pesky Royals.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Winning a new Yukon Denali at Northern Quest is easy. Sending your other car to live on a farm upstate? Well, you'll get over it. Don't miss the $116,000 Yukon Rush giveaway with the grand prize drawing on September 29th at Northern Quest. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card to enter, and you could be driving home in a brand new GMC Yukon Denali at the end of the month. Details at northernquest.com.
$3 pitcher night, a couple cocktails, an edible, and a nature documentary. What do all these people have in common? A friend like you, who offered a ride, or made sure they got in a ride share, or provided a couch to crash on. Thanks for keeping the roads a little safer tonight, Washington. Together, we get there.
The new double pepperoni Crazy Crust pizza is so nice, we pepperonied it twice. With classic and old world pepperoni, sprinkled with toasted cheeses and garlic parm crust you've got to see in slow-mo. Available for $8.99 only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. You didn't choose cat allergies. You didn't choose your hairline, hot flashes, the flu, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. You didn't choose your bad back, or this, or that. You didn't choose depression, melanoma, or lactose intolerance. But with Kaiser Permanente, you can choose your doctor who works with other best-in-class specialists to care for all that is you.
A local family's lives shattered by a shocking diagnosis.
Like adult dementia, it's just with your kids.
A cruel twist of fate for not one son, but two, and the dramatic steps they're taking to raise awareness and hopefully buy time. Tuesday, only on Good Morning Northwest.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, just when our attention is shifting towards football, the Seattle Mariners come out of nowhere and are officially the hottest team in baseball, as today they were looking for the sweep of the Kansas City Royals and to take sole possession of first place in the AL West. Well, let's get to it. Second inning, we got a scoreless game until Teoscar Hernandez picks up where he left off yesterday, his second home run in 2 days. That'll put Seattle on top early in this one. But Julio Rodriguez says, don't forget about me. In the fifth, he hits this liner over the left field fence. That's gone for his second straight game with a home run, his 23rd of the season, and the M's are rolling now. On the mound, Luis Castillo was dealing once again. In the sixth, he gets Robbie Witt Jr. swinging to end the inning. Castillo goes 7 strong, giving up just 1 hit. And then in the ninth, Andres Munoz in to close it out. He gets his man swinging, secures the win, and Seattle sweeps Kansas City, earns their 11th win in the last 12 games, and are now in sole possession of first place.
We just got to keep on going. It's not over here. It's not over yet. We're going to need your energy. Keep bringing the energy to this ballpark, and let's keep on riding this. I'm going to keep it right there. I'm going to keep it right there. I'm going to keep it right there.
Well, staying in the Emerald City, the Seahawks wrapped up their preseason play yesterday afternoon, and the result was a loss to the Green Bay Packers, but none of that matters as the attention shifts now towards getting that roster down to just 53 players. And one of those players that we've been watching fight for a roster spot this past month is wide receiver Jake Bobo. The rookie out of Duke and UCLA went undrafted this year, but now has the full attention of many fans. Through 3 games this preseason, he's brought in 7 catches for more than 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. And after his performance out at Lambeau on Saturday afternoon, he may have just secured a spot on the team.
He has great hands, and he catches the heck out of the football all the time, so there's nothing new there, but he came through. He still got to do it in the game, and really glad that he got the opportunities to show it and he put it on film.
It's been really cool for me, been really cool for my family and friends to kind of just see some of that. So I'm very grateful. I'm honored to have some of the 12s jump on the Bobo bandwagon a little bit. So that's been really cool to see.
So now we're just 2 weeks from the season opener as Seattle will welcome in NFC West rival Los Angeles. Those two teams certainly going in opposite directions coming into the season. And now while the college football season, it got underway last night, but the Washington State Cougars are going to have to wait another 6 days before they play their first game. They finished up fall camp a week ago with a strong performance by the offense as quarterback Cam Ward is looking like he's peaking at the right time as we head into the season. But head coach Jake Dickert knows his team has to lock in this week or they could suffer the same fate that they had back in 2021 and 2022.
Staying healthy, getting the looks, competing, getting the young guys to understand their role and how important that is. You know, so there's a blend to it, still staying sharp and good on good, because we need to accelerate into the season. I mean, the last 2 seasons, we've been really flat week 1, and we can't have that, and that's been the goal of now our game preparation towards Colorado State.
So the stage is set as WSU will head out to Fort Collins for the first time ever on Saturday in a potential Mountain West matchup. Who knows? Now, the Cougs only lost to Colorado State came in that infamous New Mexico Bowl back in 2013. So Washington State fans certainly hoping history doesn't repeat itself again. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Perfection Tire.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Fred Meyer, we invest in local farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It smells so great in here already.
A ham-wrapped frittata? Oh, you gotta.
Pretty.
Then, Shark Tank's Barbara Corcoran plus Bobby Burke. Mixed Rachel.
Watch Rachel Monday at 3 and 4 News Now at 5.
Take a day off. Skip Mondays and be water-wise this summer.
Things are so awesome since my family got a rewards-earning Kasasa checking account from Canopy Credit Union. We have a cashback account that pays us back 4% on up to $300 worth of debit card purchases. That's up to $12 deposited into our account every month. You know what that means? More toys, more playtime, more fun. Woohoo! Canopy is putting treats back in the budget. Learn more at canopycu.com. Limits and conditions apply.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. I saved $100. I saved $200. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses.
We saved $300.
Check out doorbusters while they last. Plus 4 years, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Labor Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
A treacherous wildfire season ahead.
The next wildfire is not a question of if, it's a question of when.
4 News Now Fire Watch coverage, keeping you safe with resources on TV, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app.
All the components are in place for a large fire.
That fire has grown exponentially.
The winds will bring more smoke into the region.
We've even seen flames from the distance we are.
Fire Watch coverage to keep you safe. That's what we mean when we say expect more on 4 News Now.
My advice to all the fathers out there, they grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
At Fred Meyer, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
All right, here is your forecast for the next few days. It is going to start to feel like fall before you know it. The first day of September is on Friday, and I couldn't find anything else in the graphics library, so I put a football on there because the next couple of weeks, all of a sudden, everybody's weekends are booked.
It's going to become my identity with this football season back.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, the football season is officially that changing of the guard for the seasons. That's where we go from hot weather to cold weather to really cold weather in a matter of, what, 2 months or so?
Don't talk about that yet.
Well, you know, I'm hoping for a couple nice games out at Martin or Roosevelt or Kibbe Dome. You don't have to worry about it.
Kibbe Dome, it's sunny and 75 all the time, Matt. You don't really have that, even at Florida State.
I had some bad games at Florida State where I lost about 10 pounds from sweating. So I like the weather here much finer.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.